Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Where else are you going to be, right? Kind of a captive audience on this Thursday, the 5th day of December, unless you enjoy this type of weather. I haven't seen anybody today that has. The good news is, weather-wise, not much changes from the forecast this time last evening. I'll let you in on a bit of a conference call once again with the National Weather Service in just a few moments to kind of clue you in as to just exactly what we can see. It's not going to be, well, an improvement, but we're still hoping for a dry, albeit wintry-like Saturday for everything going on. We'll get to that. An auto accident, a couple of structure fires, a drug checkpoint in the Mountain Parkway, the McGoffin County High School cheerleaders winning the KPOS championship or competition, and one of the head coaches of McGoffin County High School tells us about high school basketball tipping off on the home floor tomorrow night, a doubleheader, mind you, and I've got a whole lot more to get to, and now what's left of the half hour. Once again, thanks for being with us this evening. First of all, though, for all of you, I guess I could say fellow Clark W. Griswolds out there, you know what I'm referring to, and I just didn't have time. I've been around the world today, it seems, trying to chase down all the news and some other things to go home and get the movie. I've already watched it once last week, probably watch it again before the holidays, and that's Christmas Vacation, but this kind of falls along those lines is what I'm referring to. The public, or rather the Product Safety Commission, wants to remind us tonight that injuries during the time of year, and a lot of folks already have it done, but you've got to take them down. Decorating for the holidays, well, they have been on the increase for the past several years, and currently there were 15,000 injuries involving holiday decorations or decorating seen in the emergency rooms nationwide between November and December of last year. And this is the fourth consecutive year that those numbers have increased. In each year since 2009, there have been an estimated 12,000 or more emergency department visits, falling from a ladder, stepping on broken ornaments. Might be funny in holiday movies like Christmas Vacation, but it can be painful and dangerous in real life. I took a spill on level ground putting up Christmas lights in front of the newsroom just the other day. It wasn't on a ladder, fortunately, but it just seems to happen around that time. In 2012, the most frequently reported holiday decorating incidents seen in emergency departments involved falls, lacerations, and back strains. Now, when it comes to fires, which is also very serious from 2009 through 2011, fire departments nationwide responded to an average of 200 fires in which the Christmas tree was the first item that ignited, and that resulted in 10 deaths, a great number of injuries, and more than $16 million in property loss. So keep that in mind while decorating and tending to those holiday decorations. And I meant to mention this at the very top of the program. I know we've been having some technical difficulties on the Foothills feed during the 11 o'clock show. I know that last week and possibly in the week before on a couple of different occasions, the replay was stuck on one specific date, November the 18th, and it kept showing that date over and over. It's an automated system, and they had, I think, worked out the kinks. Last night, however, I'm well aware of the fact that at 11 o'clock there was just nothing but a blue screen. So they've been working on it today. I hope I'm with you at 11 o'clock tonight, but they are aware of it. Anytime that does happen, shoot me a message and let me know. I don't watch all 4 or 6 shows every single day, so sometimes things do escape us. Well, it's time to get an update from the National Weather Service. A conference call today with those who wanted to sit in indicates that we're still in for not 1 but 2 serious rounds of rainfall, totaling anywhere from 3 to 6 inches for a lot of folks. Right now, we're still sitting right in the middle of that with a total of 4 or so inches estimated, mind you, with us well in the middle of the first round.
Flood watch in effect for all of eastern and southeastern Kentucky. That flood watch is in effect from tonight through early Saturday morning. For those that were on the call yesterday, not a lot has changed over the past 24 hours. This entire event for southeastern Kentucky remains primarily a rain event, even though we will have some periodic bouts of some wintry weather, especially in areas north of Interstate 64. Looking at the first slide in the briefing package, so all the counties in green are under a flood watch. That includes southeast Kentucky, extending on up into West Virginia. Winter weather advisories are in effect for counties up along the Ohio River, and a winter storm watch remains in effect for central Kentucky.
But for us here specifically in the viewing area for this first round, which wraps up late tomorrow night, the primary threat is going to be all heavy rain and some potential flooding. Now, we're approaching right now about 0.8 of an inch here at the newsroom for the early program, with another inch, maybe a little more, expected by late tomorrow evening. But it's the second round after a break in the middle that is a little more unpredictable.
A second round of potentially heavy rain from Sunday into Monday. All of Kentucky is under the threat, all of eastern Kentucky is under the threat for heavy rain and localized flooding during this period. And we're looking at the potential flooding of small creeks and streams and poor draining urban areas with this initial round of heavy rain. We also have a threat of river flooding, and just as yesterday, for those that were on the call, the greatest threat remains the forks and main stem of the Kentucky River and the Cumberland River. The river flood threat extends from Saturday into next week.
However, just like yesterday, and I don't want to pick this as no problems, but just like yesterday, the river flooding possibility or threat for us in the viewing area is considered to be very low, with a couple of inches of rainfall tonight, give or take a break, and then a couple of more give or take at the first of next week over that amount of time. And the current level of the river here in McGoffin County in the viewing area, which is basically nil, no major flooding problems are expected. Some low-lying areas, some trouble spots, and those individuals that know where they are could expect to see some issues. But right now, the big issue is not going to be so much wintry weather that we're escaping throughout all this system, which, as you can see, is going to hammer some other folks to the north especially, but freezing temperatures and some moisture on our roadways, which could all relate to some black ice before it's all said and done early Saturday.
And overnight, Friday night, we expect temperatures to drop to freezing or below across all of eastern Kentucky, all the way down to the Tennessee and Virginia borders. So any moisture that remains on the roads could freeze Friday night, resulting in black ice and locally split conditions. The next round of that second round of precipitation that will be moving into the area late Saturday night and early Sunday could begin as some snow, sleet, and freezing rain. And so we may be looking at a wintry mix of precipitation again early Sunday, but as we move through the day Sunday, we expect all precipitation to change over to rain. That includes all the way up even to I-64.
It's been a busy day news-wise and for emergency personnel and other authorities. I'll take you to the Mountain Parkway and the drug checkpoint in just a few moments, but during all of that and nearly simultaneously, call of a structure fire in McGoffin County and that of an auto accident involving a car which has struck a home in McGoffin. The first is that of an auto accident that happened on Lick Creek Road. I'm told Collinsworth Jr. and Rui were on their way home. They had actually been to a doctor's appointment, and I think maybe in the West Liberty area, and then both were taken back to the same area, specifically to the ARH hospital, by a family member for non-life-threatening injuries, only just out of a precautionary basis, after their car left the roadway and struck a home. The homeowner not at home at the time, somewhere in the neighborhood, I'm told, but not in the exact location of the residence. No injuries, therefore, from anyone inside the home. But you can see how fortunate the Collinsworths were. The vehicle left the roadway to the right over the embankment through part of that tree, apparently, and then crashed into the home and came to a rest, as you see here, causing significant damage to the structure, and I would assume the car, but I'm glad to report they suffered only minor injuries and were taken just as a precaution to the hospital by a family member. And just only a few moments after the call came into 911 concerning that auto accident, a structure fire was reported to local authorities. The Middle Fork Fire Department, as well as the Sagersville Fire Department, both responded to a structure fire on top of the Larkarnet Hill, specifically on the left-hand side of Route 378 in that area. A single-wide mobile home, it appears as though, was engulfed by flames upon arrival of fire departments. I have no official word yet as to the possible cause of the fire as of this time. Fire departments, per my last attempt to reach them, were still on or just about to leave the scene of this fire. We can tell you, however, that it's believed to have been unoccupied at the time. I can also tell you that as of around 5:15, the Middle Fork Fire Department was called back out to the same structure after it was reported to be on fire again. Now, this is in addition to another structure fire that I have limited information on, but I know that District 3 Fire Department and Mutual Aid, through other departments, responded to a structure fire on River Road. We have no other details except that 911 summoned those departments to that area for a structure fire that was 3.5 to 4 miles up River Road from the Sagersville side. We'll have an update on that report tomorrow, and I'll have an update on some other news that you only see here right after we return. From time and money-saving services like their overdraft protection, telephone and online banking services, to finding the right home, college, or car loan, to personalized checking and savings accounts designed around your exact needs, Sagersville National Bank is still your best choice and the same locally owned and operated bank that's been looking out for your family's financial health since 1902. Sagersville National, restoring the piggy bank population one savings at a time.
Whoa! Head over to Home Furniture to lighten my load and get a great deal. Bundle packages are here. Purchase TVs, receive your choice of a Blu-ray, DVD, Xbox 360, or Wii game system. Purchase a mattress set, get a free sheet set and mattress pad. Purchase an adult recliner, receive a free kids recliner. Financing for 36 months, 0% interest to qualified buyers. Home Furniture, Highlands Plaza, Prestonsburg.
Sagersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce the newest members of our family, Administrator Elaine Jones and our full-time chaplain Mark Campbell and volunteer Richard Green, new faces with the same sincere desire as these, to assist you and your family with short-term rehabilitation solutions or long-term nursing care needs, close to home and those that you love. Sagersville Nursing and Rehabilitation.
Howdy, Hatfield. I reckon I'll take my pig back.
Ain't your pig.
Yeah, it is.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is, and I can prove it. Ma, I just sent a picture of our missing pig. Tell everybody it's time to start feuding.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I guess ain't gonna be no feud. Real nice picture, though.
We'll put it on Instagram.
Appalachian Wireless is 4G. Great pictures, video, text, and talk. Bigger savings, better service. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
Sagersville Medical Center is proud to welcome their newest provider and member of the family nurse practitioner Erica Blackburn, caring for children's sick and well visits, adult acute and chronic conditions, and women's health issues. And they're pleased to invite you to join them for a meet and greet in her honor and yours on Friday, December the 13th from 3 to 5 at Sagersville Medical Center. They're serving refreshments and giving away door prizes. You don't have to be present to win, but they look forward to seeing you as they embark on their exciting future with their newest provider, Erica Blackburn, family nurse practitioner.
At the end of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. Which is why he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Today was not a good day for a lot of motorists to be traveling down the Mountain Parkway through McGoffin County, and not just because of the inclement weather, but for some it was because a multi-agency effort had been set up on the Mountain Parkway, a drug checkpoint where several people didn't make it through before going to jail. While the driving rain was causing motorists problems and urging them to slow down, so to speak, it was those driving through the area with or on drugs or alcohol that authorities were targeting. All we know at this hour is that this was a multi-agency organized event between the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department as well as Operation Unite, the Kentucky State Police, and the DEA, who established a drug checkpoint very well marked on the Mountain Parkway. It gave motorists warning, but only moments before they were to pull upon what was several law enforcement agencies awaiting to check a variety of vehicles in the Mountain Parkway. I do know that several arrests were made. Many were made for motorists who were attempting to avoid the checkpoint area, either fled in their vehicles, maybe some on foot. Several arrests did take place, several charges. Authorities were scheduled to be out there conducting the checkpoint until around dark. I'm set to sit down and talk with representatives of some of those agencies, including the Sheriff's Department, tomorrow to find out just exactly who they arrested, what they were charged with, and how successful today's organized event was. Look for that tomorrow. For now, though, let's look ahead to what's on tap on tonight's community calendar, brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau. First off, a couple of birthday wishes, and this one's for Stella Rao. 70 today, I'm told, from Harlan, the kids and grandkids. They love you lots. Hope you had a wonderful birthday, Stella. Happy 70th birthday today to Stella Rao. And I had David Cole's birthday on yesterday. I may have goofed because it was called in for today, again today, so make sure I get it right. Got to do it again. Happy birthday again, David Cole. Happy 53rd to you from your kids, friends, family, soon-to-be son-in-law, a whole lot of folks who want to wish you well on your birthday. Today, 53. Just a couple of reminders on tonight's calendar. FFA fruit orders can be made until tomorrow. So if you've been putting it off, you can't do it much longer. You can contact the FFA department at 349-5188 at the Montgomery County High School in the Career and Technical Center. You can contact any member, should you know one, if you want to get an order in for any of those big, beautiful fruit boxes or nuts or the hams that they have to sell just in time for the holidays. And you'll get them before the holidays. You can pick them up on the 13th, 349-5188. In lieu of the holidays, no picking or grinning for the month of December, but Merry Christmas from everyone at the Kearney Free Will Baptist Church. And tomorrow is the last day for the Memory and Learning Styles sessions, or lessons, I should say, for 4th and 7th grade students in the Montgomery County school system. North Montgomery tomorrow morning at 10:30. Parents, you're invited to come in and sit in and try to learn some ways to improve your child's memory. And if you're like me, might help your own as well. And I'll be glad to tell you a forecast that even though it's messy in the front and on the back end, but in the middle, it's going to be just right. Wintry, mind you, but just right for the joy of Christmas. Sayersville Hometown Christmas Celebration. Opening ceremonies are Saturday at 3. The tree lighting is at 5:30. The parade at 6. This is how you get announcements just like these in the program. For 15 years, they've been free, and the best way to let everyone know what you've got planned. So get them to us, and we'll get them on. I'll be right back with more news, including a big win for the Montgomery County High School cheerleading squad last night. They're taking us to state. We'll see how excited they were. And have some other news to follow. I'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Don McFarland. I am an attorney in Sayersville, Kentucky, and I'm here to serve you and meet your legal needs. If you have been injured on the job, if you are interested in receiving your disability or your SSI benefits, if someone's negligence has caused you trouble, basically, if you have been in a car wreck and you've suffered pain, then pick up the phone and call Donald Wayne, 349-9000.
It's a time to cherish and a time to remember the reason and to pause and relish in the joy and spread the spirit of the Christmas season. And it's best done with a holiday stop at the seasonal shop in Sayersville, where the trees, from simple to lavish, are all gleaming with Christmas cheer, and where the decor, the colors, textures, and designs all come together as we hope with your family and friends this Christmas. So let the seasonal shop help brighten your home with a little festive decorating, from an ornament to adorn your tree, or a complete collection to warm your hearts and homes. The region's biggest and brightest selection of holiday decor this side of the North Pole is at Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop in downtown Sayersville. They've got muck boots for the hills and the mud, work boots for on and off the job, like the newest and maybe most comfortable, hardest working Red Wing ever. They've got Western boots for kicking up your heels and a whole new store full of the newest styles from all the famous makers you love, like Wrangler, Carhartt, Ariat, Miss Me, Leathers by Scully, and more at the brand spanking new Red's Boot Barn in Sayersville. The 2014 Terexes are in with a newly redesigned 800cc power plant and a new 2-seat configuration, and the XP1000 is on the ground, 107 horsepower and a world-class suspension, plus Polaris financing as low as 2.99%, 5.99 for up to 72 months, but it's only good till the end of the year at Connolly's Kawasaki and Polaris of Paintsville.
Here's a prime example of some of the nice trade-ins we get here at Premier Motor Sales in Paintsville, Kentucky. You're looking at a 2007 model Chevy Avalanche LT with the towing package and the wood grain dash. It is a 4-wheel drive. Check the book value, folks. Well over the asking price for only $16,950 or best offer. Come see us at Premier Motor Sales here in Paintsville, Kentucky.
It's so new it doesn't even have a name, but it does have an amazing taste all its own. 4 pancakes, butter, syrup, plus your choice of any of our dozens of DQ toppings with a little whipped cream on top, and of course some of our world-famous DQ soft serve. And you can add bacon, sausage, or even a little country ham for a full-blown breakfast treat. Or sink your taste buds into a quarter or even half-pound grill burger fixed exactly like you like it. And you want to know the best part? James says you can have either one for breakfast as early as you want, but only at your Sagersville DQ. Well, it looks as though Magoffin County is state-bound again on the heels of the Magoffin County High School cheerleaders and their coaches being victorious last night in the KPOS Regional Cheerleading Competition at the Expo Center. And as I caught them in the middle of their parade and welcoming home, it appeared as though the girls were just, well, none too excited about the fact that they had just became regional champs. Some video taken from one of the moms, I think, shows the ladies in their performance. You're looking at Magoffin County High School cheerleading squad: Carly Dyer, Kayla Combs, Katie Johnson, Caitlin Whitley, Lakin Sparks, Tiffany Lawson, Savannah McCarty, Brianna Abels, Hannah McCarty, Katie Arnett, Kaylee Blanton, Grace Bailey, Grace Conley, Presley Helton, and Kennedy Garrett, with their coaches, assistant coach being Morgan Harvey and head coach LaKayla Howard waiting in the wings. Now, the ladies already this year took first place in the 2.5-minute routine division in the Cheers for the Holiday competition. They were grand champions for the day, and now they're regional champions on their way to state.
They came in there and just with determination to win. The way they executed the routine was just outstanding. I can't say enough about how great and how proud I am of them. And, there's just not much to say. All you need to do is just watch them.
So, what happens from here?
We go to state on December 14th, which is a week from Saturday. It's at the Kentucky Horse Park, I think, in Lexington. I'm not sure on times yet. I don't think I find any of that out till next week.
And a lot of practice in between.
Oh, yes. Well, we have 3 home games next week here, so hopefully we can squeeze some practice time in.
Magoffin County High School basketball officially kicks off tonight, but it's on the road, so don't get up and rush out the door as of yet. But you can catch plenty of action tomorrow night via a doubleheader right here at home. I caught up with half of the Magoffin County High School head coaching staff earlier today, that being boys coach Robbie Russell, who's in his second year at the helm. His team is actually on the road to East Ridge tonight. We wish them safe travels and a good game to open the season. And then tomorrow night you can catch a lot of action here at home as the ladies and boys both host Betsy Lane. And, of course, on the heels of that, in case you don't know, a significant amount of home action throughout next week.
Tonight at East Ridge. So then tomorrow night we got a doubleheader, boys and girls. Girls games start at 6, boys play at 7:30.
Well, so you you had certainly time to kind of look them over. What are you seeing that you like?
I think we're playing well. We played 2 preseason games, won 1, lost 1. We're still kind of young, a couple freshmen, but we got Corey Pitts back, great player, great kid. Jeffrey Boland, Trent Russell, Jaron Lovely, Jacob Isaac. We got a lot of kids back. We lost 1 player. Hopefully, it's going to take a little time, but I think we'll be okay.
Are we starting off on a healthy note?
Yes. Let's don't jinx nothing. Let's hope. Last year was a rough. I've had a couple stomach virus, but I think they're okay. That could be nerves more than anything.
So after tomorrow night, just give me a quick rundown of the rest of the schedule.
We got Eastridge tonight, Betsy Lane tomorrow night. We go to Knott County Saturday night. Then we're back here next Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So a lot of home games early. We'd like everybody to come out and support the team.
And with that, the last order of business is indeed a wet one. Well, we've already covered the weather forecast pretty good. And like I said, nothing has really changed significantly. We are right now closing in on looks to be right about an inch of rainfall over the course of today. Shower starting to wane, and National Weather Service in their latest update in the last few moments, as I have double-checked, indicating that kind of what we expected, another half inch or so possible. Now, the rain's not over, certainly. It's just going to wane tonight. It's going to pick back up, and then we're going to see rain throughout your day tomorrow. But a low of 39 degrees puts us well above freezing. No real concerns there as far as any wintry weather as of yet. And I know that we've been talking about, I have for the past 2 days now, about how it's going to be a primarily rain event for us. That's not necessarily a sure thing. We could get in on a little bit of rain, snow, and sleet before 1 a.m. late tomorrow night. It's going to be brief, but it's possible. Nevertheless, it's going to be colder tomorrow. We're going to feel that. 41 degrees for our daytime high. Winds will kick up in the early part of the day, not greatly, but 7-10 mile per hour at times from the north. And then we'll see, like I said, that rain continuing throughout the day. Another half inch, 3/4 of an inch possible during the day. We might get in a little more tomorrow night, not quite as much, for a total of right around 2 inches in this first initial round. And like I said, even though it's primarily a rain event, we could see a little bit of rain, snow, and sleet before 1 a.m. tomorrow night. It's just going to be that window. When we get below freezing, and we are tomorrow night, is it going to be right around the time that the rain's still here or just on its way out the door? It's going to be close. The bottom line is that Saturday it's going to be clear, mostly sunny, 34 and 27 for your high and low. It's going to feel like Christmas for the parade and all the festivities that actually start at 3. And that 40% chance of precipitation, I was hoping to see a little snow and some white stuff flying around right around the time the parade rolls through Sayersville, but it looks to be coming in way past that. Any chance of any snow looks to be well after maybe 3 a.m., and we might even see a little freezing rain at that as that second round of precipitation moves in for the latter half of your weekend and the first of your next week. But all in all, we are certainly faring much better than a whole lot of other folks, wouldn't you say? Nevertheless, watch for ponding on the roads for now. We'll see that black ice possibility on early Saturday morning. But other than that, those are the conditions that you need to be aware of. We'll see you back here tomorrow night with a lot of follow-ups and updates and other news for more of your news today. Thanks for being here and have a good night.